I got enough lab work in this week that I can kind of show you guys what we've been working on and perfecting and crafting inside the lab. So we're just going to kind of go through the schematics here for you guys real quick. All right. All right, so there's going to be a lot of substitutions that you're going to need to do for one. So you could kind of be creative with how you set your packages, whether it be your D line or your linebackers, so that you minimize the amount of adjustments that you need to make. But pretty much the adjustments that I give you are going to be your prototypes of what you're going to be expecting. The 3-4 bear, you're going to run flip. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Just run it flip, trust me, all right? So with that being said, now we know where we put our people. All right, so you go into your substitutions. Hold up. Give me one sec, fellas. Hold. Never mind. Okay. All right, so we're going to go into our substitutions. What you want to do is you want to put Chandler needs to be right there. Over here, you need to put Kaiser needs to be make a little slight change. I'm actually going to put Kuntz right there. Keep Perryman there for his block shed. Jayon Brown on the edge to set. You're going to put your power rusher right there. You want to put your bigger guy at nose right there. Trying to make sure that's everything. All right, so we're going to start with the linebacker blitz 0. All right, so when you run this flipped, as I've already told you guys, if you spread the linebackers, you can basically reset the edge over there. Okay, so that's just something that you guys can. You can only do that when you spread the linebackers. Now, the next thing, I always want to slant that line over there and crash down. Just bear with me a little bit. Just getting on, my fellas. But that's a optional adjustment. Mainly, what we're going to do here is you're going to slide the D line to the right, and then based off of where your middle linebacker assignment is, like if you think it's an inside run, you can move the linebackers to the left, and then you show blitz. So that show blitz is going to realign that safety with the tight end. Then you're going to take your user and you're going to sit right here, hug the gap. Make sure you crash the D line down too, and then you can press on the weak side receiver. I'm just going to kind of just shoot. Try to shoot the gaps. it probably might not work versus 3 tight end sets, so just kind of be mindful. So we'll just try to use it versus like single back I forms, stuff like that. None of the formations that tend to kind of glitch how your front set, like the 3 tight end sets, we'll run something different for that. But the 3-4 bear is really going to be your pro set defense for stopping the run. Man, it was boring, bro. I've been waiting all day to get on a game, and then I got to get up early tomorrow too. So you know how that shit goes. But we definitely going to get on here, and we're going to show you guys how to run this 3-4 bear. I'm going to kind of show you a couple of games, kind of just give you a good idea of how you want to play. All right. So again, like I said, you're always going to run this flipped because it's going to give you that hidden adjustment when you spread the linebacker. You can, you know, bring your pass rusher to the strong side of the formation if you assume that they tend to like bootleg or anything like that or run play action. Is going to be very useful. So mainly, like I said, you're going to slide the D-line. And the reason why that you put a pass rusher right here is because now he's in the 4-tech position. Okay, if you just go in there with your front big 3 and then you put a slow guy in that 4-tech position, he's not going to be able to generate any kind of buzz or penetration that you want. Okay, so it's important to make that sub. I do try to teach a lot of gap assignments, and by that I'm kind of being like, you know, the closer to the center you are, the bigger you need to be, you know. So like I said, we're sliding that D-line over there to the right, so we're fine with having an edge rusher that's 265 pounds, okay? Like I said, you don't want to have like a 300-pound guy right there, and then they run toss runs, and he's over there trying to huff and puff and trying to get to the sideline, okay? You don't want that. All right, so like I said, you're going to slide that line over to the strength of the field. You can show blitz so that the safety aligns correctly with his assignment. Now, if you're in a situation where you have both of those defenders crossed, okay, see how the 2 tight ends are, and the slot corner is responsible for the inside guy, what I will tend to do is I'll start putting match coverages on the field, okay? So one good match coverage combo that I might want to use here is I might go with a soft squat to the flat, and then I might put that safety in an inside quarter, okay? And I'll know that anything to this other side I need to be responsible for. Now, if I want to give him help, all I got to do is put the other safety in an outside quarter, and he'll help me out over that side, okay? So it's just kind of something that you guys can kind of peep in on. Like I said, we're still going to sit right here in this gap, and we're just going to try to take on this blocker. Make sure you crash the D-line down so that you can engage with this guy and get a free edge rush. Forcing the throw before he's ready. Obviously, I think we'll kind of slow it down a little bit, get your reps. So we can go in. See how we got a free guy through? See how he had a lucky throw off the foot. Just kind of replicate that same adjustment. So like I said, we'll go soft squat, inside quarter, outside quarter. And really you put match zones when you're if you're playing man and your guy doesn't match versus these bunch sets or any type of receiver combos that are close together, like how he was earlier when he was cross man with the other tight end. You don't want him to play man because then he's going to run the drag route to the other side. He's going to be trailing him. So you don't want to do that. So like I said, you can put those match zones on the field, and it'll kind of help you out a little bit. So like I said, we're going to pinch this line, and my assignment is going to be right here on this guard. I don't want to be outside. I want to engage with this guard. Look at that, free rush. Show you again one more time. Slide to the right. Sometimes you can pinch your linebackers in if you need to. Make sure you crash the D-line down. Okay, make sure it sticks. And remember, if they're bunched up like this, that outside receiver is not going to play very good man on him. Okay? So like I said, what you're going to do is you're going to put that match zone on that field. Same thing with this side. Put a match zone on this field. You put that quarter deep zone, and then you could do that. So that way, if he runs a crosser, that deep zone match will kind of go into the inside and jump it. So like I said, just get right here, right next to the 3 tech. Actually 2 tech. You're just gonna get right there, engage, and run pits or cover. Okay, so you're not gonna be able to run with this setup as far as your D line goes. You can kind of play around with certain things based off of based off your personnel and your team. But mainly you just want to make sure that you guys got the correct guys in the formation. Kind of do another little jet sweep. Coach isn't necessarily great, but hopefully he does some good things this year for us. And like I say, you can probably put a block shitter there. All right, so pretty much got the scheme down. Now I'm going to kind of show you the audibles with the same scheme. All right, so if I go into it again, and like I said, we'll start with the cover 0. Make sure you're running it flipped. Just go up against like random single back. So we'll just start out like this. Make sure you slide the D line to the strength of the field and crash down. Make sure they crash down. Take your user, you can crash him down. And then if you're not comfortable with how a guy in man coverage is aligned with this guy, just put him in a match zone. So I might like go 2 outside quarters and then show blitz. Now, like I said, just kind of just realign now. And there you go. So you're playing that run fizz if they're trying to run zone. Now, the audibles that I'm using is going to be the Will Sam 1, the cover 2 invert flat, hard flat, and the cover 3 hard flat. There's a reason why I'm preferring the hard flat over the drop coverages, because when you're blitzing someone, what's the first thing they do? They hit those little swing routes, the dink and dunk routes. And you can easily just shade over the top and make them cloud flats without affecting your deep zone coverages or your hook curls as far as how far they're going to go. Whereas if you're playing a cover 3 cloud, cover 3 sky or whatever, and you start shading to get the clouds, your initial shade is what your coverage is going to play. So if you shade down first, you're going to play under the coverage, and you might get beat deep. So, a lot of people don't tell you that. So when you do those double shades, you have to be careful. So it's going to be safer for you to play the hard flats first, because you're not going to bend and break your secondary on the account of someone trying to run a little quick slant or quick flat or something like that. So it's just something that you guys kind of need to tailor into your game plan. So again, like I said, same adjustments. Let me get my coverage on. We're going to do the Will Sam first. And then crash the D-line down. And then you can bring him over here into that blitz assignment. Now, there is an intriguing thing to this equation, is like, I know I'm running it flipped, and sometimes you might have a situation again like that where the safety's responsible to defend someone in man coverage on the other side. If you're in that situation, just blitz him. That way he doesn't freeze on the play action. Okay, guys? So just kind of just situational awareness. Try to teach yourselves. So like I might play around with my coverages a little bit, like certain things. Like I said, see how these guys in man coverage on him, but he's outside. All you got to do, man, just put a hook curl on it, okay? And you're good. Force him to cut back. He does not have a run fit to go through. Nowhere. Okay? All right, so now let's just try random. Let's go cover 3 hard, right? Now, I could probably do this with man align, since it's a bunch side. And in situations like this, I might do the spread linebacker adjustment. Force him to throw before he's ready. again, like I said, anytime you're playing man and a guy does not align the way you want him to align, just put him in a zone, okay? You ain't got to worry about it. So I can just play with it like that. We got the run fits coverage. You're not running jet sweeps. You're not going to be able to run too much against this. Like I said, really, guys, is going to be more or less for, you know, pro sets, I form, single back, 2 wide receiver sets. I would not recommend you using this versus shotgun or anything, because, you know, obviously if you do switch to a cover 3, it's still cover 3, guys. Okay, you're not going to have all the perfect adjustments in the world to stop everything. There is no universal defense in this game. You know, it's mainly just kind of making sure you get the formatics of what you're running. So like I said, I sub in my edge rusher to play the inside, and I'm sliding him to the outside so he's back in the 4-tech position so that he's in the correct position. So it's basically turning it into a 4-3 defense once I slide it, or a 5-2 defense. You know, I'm basically building a hybrid defense out of the bear, okay? Other than that, you know, we're going to try to play a couple of games. You know, we'll use it situations when it should be used. I'll try not to overindulge myself as I usually do when I'm labbing. But I think I got the lab work out of the way, and I've pretty much got a full grasp and understanding of what we're trying to do with it. It's just something else that we're going to kind of add to those run-fit defenses that we're going to be using. Like I said, obviously I do use the 6-2 defense. I use the 5-3 defense. And now we got the 4-3-6-1 and now the 3-4 pair. So if y'all guys want to start playing good next-gen football, hit me up, all right? So I'm kind of still learning some things, but for the most part, everything that I've taught over the years, current gen, it works. It's real football, and it still works. Don't listen to these other people that tell you, he don't know what he's talking about. Bitch, I'm on next gen. Okay? What's your excuse now, right? The main thing is just make sure you get those subs in. Don't panic when you get into the situation. Just make your subs as necessary.
Football League is on the air. Today we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway in Allegiant Stadium. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. To the throw right away. Open man is Waddle, complete. Looking to throw again on second down. And going deep for Hill.
It's fine. Get the right adjustment on the field.
It's a big play there for Miami. 63 yards. In today's NFL, you know, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. Here's Mostert. The second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. One more time with Mostert. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Tua with a quick throw, caught out wide. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki on the pass from Tua Tagovailoa. And the Dolphins are on the board first here in Vegas. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins.
I'm going to switch to my RPO defense.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Once again, it's Jacobs. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now they'll throw it with Stidham. That is caught downfield. It's Waller. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 18. That one goes for 24 yards. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Stidham now off the bootleg. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Oh, what a move. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. On play action, here's Tua. On the move to his left. That's swung out to Mostert. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Go ahead, down.
Heavy rush, and down he goes. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. He shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. 76 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Well, Raheem Mostert, we know the story, from special teamer to postseason hero. All he needs is a little bit of space, CD, and he can do the rest.
And what I really enjoyed about that run, and what made it so impressive to me, was how he improvised along the way. Sometimes on a big play, you just get the football and you take off in a straight line and go. But this time, how about the artistry of that play? That looked a little bit like a Picasso to me.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! Mike Gesicki on the pass from Tua Tagovailoa. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Now, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Brings up second and 9 at the 21-yard line.
On second down, here's Stidham. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Here's Stidham to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Stidham will throw again. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darren Waller
better learn how to match personnel, bro. I'm going to exploit it.
Early, they needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And they're going to get the two-point conversion caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3 because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And that's incomplete. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off the play action, Tagovailoa.
Good deep.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill.
Good deep.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. And look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Now it's Stidham. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet inbounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And Jacobs, I don't think is going to get there, no. It appears they're going to mark him short of the first. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. They go with Jacobs. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for possible comeback, because I thought all their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come back, continue to throw the ball effectively.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go play action with Stidham. Looking deep for Adams. He waits for one that's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he's got some space here.
Get those gap.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 48 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And that run going to put him over 100 yards now for the ball game as well.
Yeah, he's really had his way so far, and that's just more of the same right here. All he needs, just a little crease, and off he goes.
Completed the run.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. Just wondered maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Take
And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game You're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now Stidham off play action. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Stidham. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cole.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Stidham's throw going to be taken in by Cole. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards at second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3 at the 36-yard line.
They go play action now. Stidham looking deep for Adams. And Stidham throws it.
Stidham's pass lead.
Brandon Jones picking it off. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Now a give to Mostert running right. 133 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Throw left side complete. That's Wilson. Touchdown Dolphins. Cedric Wilson. Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Dolphins take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to say,
well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Devontae closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Instead, I'm going to look to throw for it. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Steps away. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Buying time to his left. Throwing for the end around and finds Wilson. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a 1st.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Tua to throw again. Out route to Hill, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Nate Hobbs. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. So that potentially a turning point here this 3rd quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
After the interception, here's Stidham. Eluding the pressure right.
You gotta catch that wallet.
It's incomplete. So he couldn't hook up. His time is now run out. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From the 6. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the
Good fucking move.
They get the turnover they needed. It's
Told you I was going to bring that RPO defense out.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago. That turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Stidham. Incomplete. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
You got Bill.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say that was a game-saving play.
Stidham.
You got. Guess I got to get the click
I
on.
think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forcing throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now. But he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Here we go. Stidham on 4th down. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's Jacobs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Now Stidham on 2nd down. And they're going to get it. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Now it's Stidham.
Dots.
That is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devontae Adams. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders have taken a 4th quarter lead. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote onto your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
Those salt, a little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up. Because Frank Reich, at Maryland in college, did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like you still harbor some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From the 10. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Once again, they come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now to it.
Look at that.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by Rakusin, and the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. When you talk about making winning plays,
Yeah, nothing new, man. We do this shit on this channel all the time.
to come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. In motion left goes a tight end. Here we go on 4th down. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Oh, Stidham's actually going to throw it. Rolling to his right. Toward the pylon cut. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. And Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, it's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect play to how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Here's Stidham. Look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator?
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Well, I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And part of you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now Stidham. Forced out to his left.
Block him.
Jalen Phillips, the former first rounder, getting in there for the sack.
A loss of 13 yards. Brings up third down.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to... So it's the Dolphins who are going to get the football first here as we are back underway now in overtime. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the hole, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
On second down, Mostert. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. They showed off the athletic juke. whole lot of real estate. A nice carry. And even 150 yards rushing for him now as this sensational afternoon continues. On third down, here comes Mostert. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They've had some success here in overtime with this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to him.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Decent gain on the scramble is 6, but now it's 4.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
Tagovailoa. Flushed out right.
Good D.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And some room to work. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defense in front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now what can Stidham do here in overtime? Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up the first down.
One of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Counter play with Jacobs. And some room to run now.
No, get the fuck off me, little boy. Good game.
He is in.
Good way to do it, fellas.
He goes 41 yards on that touchdown.
You gotta be smart. Sometimes you gotta call plays that might not work, but you gotta call it to be honest. Defensively, I had to change to more of a RPO defense. So like I said, you're not always going to be able to use the defense you want to use. Sometimes the streams do that to me. Like I want to showcase something. It might not be called for it. So sometimes you just got to play smart and just try to over aggressively use something. So I had to switch it up. Kind of let my instincts kick in. I'm clutch when I'm losing. So, so we kind of just played for the win at that point. That's a wild game, bro. Like I'm telling you, I've been a part of crazy games, but that one was wild. I was down like 21 to. It was bad. Like dude had full momentum and everything, but I was able to overcome it. And we were down at half with 14-8, and then it's like the second half we were able to slow him down a little bit. So like I said, man, people can say all they want about me, but I'm still the same. I don't change. New gen, old gen, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not like that much of a difference. Like, yeah, there's some things you got to adjust to, but we'll kind of break it down here, just kind of go over the film, kind of show you things that I was doing. Y'all should know me, man. Y'all gotta know me better than that. I'm not down if I ain't out. So like I said, we couldn't get it through that time. I was thinking that, if he would have brought that running back on a route, I would have probably squeezed through. I'm thinking Chandler should have got through there, but he got kind of whipped up. It's fine. Somewhat. I mean, we did get through. I did have the right assignment on the field. I put an outside quarter on it instead of man. So, like, if he tried to pass lead over to the left, Hobbs would have got it. I thought Hobbs would have at least been able to jump for that, but it didn't come to fruition. Just kind of slow down, see what beat us. He was using a lot of these RPOs, and, it's like once he hits me with something 2 or 3 times, then I'll kind of try to adjust to it. Like, if he was going to run on the RPO, the run was going to be clamped, okay? So I think he did try to do it a couple of times, and we were able to stop it. Just kind of go through the highlights, plays that were good. I think I hit Waller right here. I changed my format on offense. I found that if you come out in 12 personnel and audible to this, you can kind of get people that think they know what they're doing. You can get them out of position. And that's surely what I did, especially once I motioned the running back in to block. It left Darren Waller wide open. So if they, like I said, if they don't want to match personnel, you can audible to this from gun wing, and it just creates problems, okay? So as you can see, look how wide open Waller is. He just couldn't adjust to it fast enough. So we were able to get that one off. I think I did it with him. I ended up doing it to him most of the game because it, for the most part, it seemed to work. I did give up the stretch run here. I should have, once I seen that he started running more stretches, I was like, okay, I'm just going to run a cover 2 style defense so that I have someone on that outside run fit the way I need to be. I think I had a bad drive, kept throwing picks, it was pretty much getting out of hand with the interceptions. But, like I said, I came back out in this formation. He thought he knew what he was doing. He was playing a cover 2. That's where he fucked up. Went right over the top, found a matchup with a linebacker on my best wide receiver. It's not what you want to do, right? This was probably the game-changing pick. I audibled to a cover 6. Figured he would run the swing route. And he did. He ran it right into the soft squat. Hobbs took it the other way for 6. It was a good cover 6 audible. Reason why he threw that, because, like I said, cover 6 will constrict the coverages on the other side. Like you'll have your over-unders. You got a left-hand quarterback running trips right. You're not going to get accurate passes to that side of the field. So everything down the field was pretty much constricted. The only thing that he really had was maybe the zip route to the sideline. But like I said, left-hand quarterbacks just aren't going to be, that level of accurate. It's the same thing when I'm right-handed. If I'm running trips right, and I try to throw a pass to that other side, it's not going to happen because it's longer than it needs to be. Again, caught him in the RPO defense. I went to a cover 3 hard flat. Thought I would catch him off guard. Safety plays the flat on the quick read. Because he was showing me, he was running the wheel to one, the bubble to one side and the out to the other. The cover 3 hard flat, that safety is going to pick that out. Okay, so he tried to throw it fast. He made the wrong read. Safety makes the game-changing interception right there. And then I got sacked, and then on 3rd and 16, I hit him with a dig route. I smart routed it. And I was like, man, I just need him to get into the seam, bro. Just get into the seam. As soon as he hits that seam, pop him with the dot. That's where the game started changing momentum, really, in the 4th quarter. And then, I think I got the ball back. Yeah, we got the interception with Rock. We got the ball back. Ended up throwing it to Waller for a 5-yard TD. Then I fucking threw a pick on the 2-point conversion. That would have sealed the game. And I went for a 2-point conversion and fucked up. I should have just kicked the extra point, and play defense. But he ends up scoring on a big play. The next play, I'm like, bruh, we've been here plenty of times before, right? I didn't get the. I was thinking that blitz was going to come through, man. I'm thinking 92 speed Tyler Hall was going to shamrock him, and we just didn't get out in front like I wanted to. I probably held the defensive assist too long on the tight end, right there. I should have released it after 5 yards so that I could bail to the crosser. But then, even then, he probably would have threw it to the tight end. But either or, it is what it is. Go to overtime. He drives down the field only to get stopped on 4th down. And then we just run, Jacobs run, bro. Like this play right here. You cannot sleep on these counter runs. The main thing that I'm looking at in that counter run is where his user's at, which gap he's trying to shoot. I see him on the right A gap. That tells me he's going to get clusterfucked over there. All right. You try to shoot that gap into a counter, you're going to run into your own guy. And then basically you got 4 guys over here. And I got like a monstrosity of blockers just leading the way, bro. Follow the block. Get a backside block. One-on-one. Get your little ass off me, bro. Let's go to the house. Good fucking game, though. Like I said, fellas, I can give you defenses, and then I can try to put it into a game for you, but you're not going to be able to spam one defense the whole game. This game right here was just kind of fruition, telltale signs of that. You're not going to be able to run one defense the entire game. Sometimes you have to mix it up. You have to be able to be versatile, and like I said, just have those defenses that I give you for the situations that you need, okay? Just kind of go and look at the stats here. Like, it wasn't Stidham's best game. I threw 3 bad reads that should have been touchdowns. I had 3 bad reads. I didn't get enough touch on them, but, we still ended up, catching up from behind. Jacobs did pretty good for us. Receiving, Darren Waller did his thing. Adams did his thing. It's going to be fun next year, Blocking, we gave up some sacks, but I'm a little disappointed it was Cole Miller giving up those sacks. But we did get 2, 3, we got 4 picks. We got 1, 2, 4 picks, 2 sacks. That ain't too bad, But other than that, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you want the defense, rewind back to the beginning, and I went into the practice mode, pretty much gave you the adjustments. Just make sure that you start subbing in players based off of where you're sliding them in your adjustments, okay? For instance, you don't want to slide left and, slide to the left and your outside defensive end is basically, an inside rusher, 3-tech. He's not very fast. He's just strong. He's not going to be able to set the edge for you, So just kind of pay attention to the pre-snap adjustments. Remember, everything that I taught on current gen about D-line techniques and, a position where he's the strength of a position where he's at on the D-line is very important. So like I said, if you find yourself in a situation where you're sliding defensive linemen and stuff, pay attention to which gap they're in. Are they on the inside shoulder of the tackle? Are they on the outside shoulder tackle? Are they even with their guy? If they're even with their guy, you might need to bring, some linebacker help rushers to set the edge, okay? So you'd never want, one of them big slow guys in that 4-5 technique position setting the edge. It's not necessarily going to bode well for you. So just kind of always pay attention to where your guys are on the line when you're sliding them, and just, try to go based off of things that I tell you, okay? I'm still going to keep the philosophy, everything that I did on current gen, I'm going to bring it to next gen, man. Real football matters. Real principle matters. Fundamentally sound is where you want to be, okay? I want y'all guys to enjoy playing the game. I don't want you to be in situations where, oh man, they got momentum. Like, if you get the lab work in, fellas, I'm telling you, you can break the momentum factor and still play, the way that you can. Okay. I'm not going to play too many games today because work's been kicking my ass. I've been working 14-hour days, and I have to walk an hour to work and I have to walk another hour home. So I'm tired. But other than that, like I said, the win streak continues. I think we finally found the rhythm of what we need to, play to the tempo of how next gen is. But, we took some losses in the process in the early ports, but, at the end of the day, it's about where you're at now. It's not where you come from, it's where you're at. All right. So other than that, man, as always, appreciate y'all tuning in. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, and then I'll try to work on some more defenses for you guys. Okay. Appreciate it.